What's up, ladies and gents? And if you're new to the channel, my name is Shaka Zulu, and we're back here for a video. And you can tell by the title, man, we're gonna be taking some hits and reading some Animorphs. You know what I'm saying? So, the last couple chapters that we did was chapters 1 through 15. Pretty much, I'm gonna give you guys a lowdown what happened. Man, Andalite crash landed on Earth. He warned these kids about an alien invasion by these aliens called Yerks who infest your brain. Um, they end up going to a sharing meeting, which is actually it's basically um, a place where Yerks go to basically recruit people into the sharing. So you go to this like club basically, and but like behind the scenes in this club, it's ran by Yerks. So if they choose you to be a full member, you end up getting infested by Yerk. They go into your ear canal, control your body, and no one knows that you have been that you're a controller, that you're being controlled by somebody else. So they went to this meeting and they found out that the leader of their team, Jake, his brother is a controller. Um, and now they're freaking, basically, he asked Cassie, like, trying to get Cassie to figure out what freaking morph he needs to use so he can spy on Chapman, which is the principal of the school, and so they can just find out more information about the Yerks and stuff, because his brother is a Yerk, so he's trying to basically get his brother, try to save his brother basically. So we're on chapter 16, so let's get it, guys. Cheers, man. Chapter 16. I did it Monday morning in my locker at school. I turned into a lizard, a green anole to be exact. It's a member of the iguana family, like you care. I waited till the bell rang for first period, which was English class. When everyone else was out of the hallway, I just climbed into my locker. I tried to act cool about it, just in case anyone was watching. The locker was about 2 inches shorter than me, so I had to crouch. And it was so tight I couldn't move. The only light was from the 3 small ventilation slits. I could hear my heart pounding in the cramped, dark space. I was afraid. It was one thing to turn into a dog. I mean, it's weird, it's strange, but it's also kind of cool. Dogs are cool animals. But lizards? I should have practiced, I muttered under my breath. I really should have practiced, like Cassie said. I started to focus for the morphing. I remember the way we had caught the lizard the night before. The night before last. We spotted it with a flashlight, and Cassie had put a bucket over it so it couldn't get away. It had been fairly creepy just touching it to acquire its DNA pattern. Now I was going to become it. The first thing I noticed was that I suddenly had more room inside the locker. I didn't have to crouch down and my shoulders weren't scrunched up anymore. I touched my face with one hand. My skin was looser than it should have been, and pebbly to the touch. I ran my hand over my head. My hair was almost gone. Began to happen. Things began to happen very fast. The locker grew and grew around me. It was as big as a barn, big as a stadium. It was like falling off a skyscraper, and taking forever to hit the ground. That'd be crazy, man. That's some skydiving type, man. That's why I want to like skydive, man, just to see how long it takes to get to the ground, because it's gonna take forever. It's depending on how high you are. But cheers, guys. I hope everyone's having a good day, man. Let's take a hit. There we go. But one more hit, guys. Because those hits was little baby hits. Okay. I was standing on something sticky as large as a boulder. How had a boulder gotten into my locker? But then I realized it was a wad of gum. An old chewed wad of gum stuck to the bottom of my locker. Gigantic drapes as big as the sails of a ship were falling all around me. They were closed in the dim light. I could see two monstrous shapen things on either side of me. I could just make out the Nike swoosh and realize they were my shoes. They were the size of houses. And then the lizard brain kicked in. Fear, trapped, run, 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 run. I shot left, a wall. I scampered up, feeling my feet stick to it. Trapped. I jumped back, another hard surface. Trapped, run, run, run. I fought to get control. So right now he's like basically just, trying to get control of the lizard brains because there's two brains that he had, or there's another brain he has to deal with. He has his brain and then he has the lizard brain also in the morph. I fought to control, but the lizard brain was panicked. It didn't know where it was. It wanted out. Out. Go toward the light, I'd ordered my new body. The ventilation slits, that was the way out. But the body was afraid of light. It was terrified. I was still bouncing off the walls. I could not overcome the panic instincts of the lizard body. Go to the light, I screamed inside my head. And then suddenly I was there. I poked my head out and my body slithered after me. My tongue flicked out and I got a weird kind of input from it. Like smell, only not quite. It kept flicking and I could see it shoot out my mouth and lick the air. In the bright light, I realized how bad the lizard's eyes were. I couldn't make sense of what I was seeing. Everything was shattered, twisted around. Down was up was down. Colors weren't even close to right. I tried to think, come on, Jake. You have eyes on the side of your head now. They don't focus together. They see different things. Deal with it. I tried to make sense of the pictures using my knowledge, but they were still a mess. It seemed to take me forever to figure it out. One eye was looking down the hall to the left. The other was looking down the hall to the right. I was upside down, gripping the side of the locker, which was like a long gray field that wouldn't end. And all the time, the green anole brain was fighting me. Now that it was out of the dark locker, it desperately wanted to go back in. Chapman's office, I reminded myself. But where was it? Left that way? Suddenly I was off running straight down the wall. Zoom. Then on the level floor, zoom around a scrape of paper twice as big as I was. The ground flew past. It was like being strapped into a crazy, out-of-control missile. Then my lizard brain sensed the spider. It was a strange thing, like I wasn't sure if I saw the spider or heard it or smelled it or tasted on my flicking lizard tongue, or just suddenly knew it was there. I took off after it, racing at 1,000,000 miles an hour. Before I could even think about stopping, my legs were blurred. They moved so fast. I probably wasn't a huge spider, not if you were a great big human being, but to my lizard eyes, it looked as big as a small child. It was huge. I could see the compound eyes. I could see the individual joints in its 8 legs. I could see the clicking and awful mandibles. The spider ran. I ran after it. I was faster. No! I screamed inside my head, but it was too late. My head jerked forward fast as a striking snake. My jaw snapped, and suddenly the spider was in my mouth. And that's the thing about morphs, guys. Sometimes you can't even control it, you know what I mean? So cheers, guys, man. Hope you guys are smoking. We're smoking on the connected cart right now, live resin. Cheers, guys. No, I screamed in my head. But it was too late. My head jerked forward fast as a striking snake. My jaw snapped, and suddenly the snake was in my mouth. I could feel it fighting. I could feel the spider's legs squirming and fighting to get out my mouth. I tried to spit it out, but I couldn't. The lizard's hunger for the spider was too great. I swallowed the spider. It was like swallowing a whole canned ham. A canned ham that was fighting all the way down. No, 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 my brain cried in horror and disgust. But at the same time, the lizard brain was pleased. I could feel it become slightly calmer. That does it, I told myself. I am out of this morph. I wanted out of that horrible little body. I didn't care who saw. I was going to morph back to human shape. Marco was right. It was insane to get involved in this. Insane. I heard the ground shake. It was like a giant stomping across the land. It was a giant. There was a huge shadow in the sky. It was like someone was trying to crush me by dropping an entire building on my head. The shoe came down. I scampered left. Another shoe. My tail. The shoe was on my tail. I was trapped. And that's the end of chapter 16. They ended with him with the tail on his shoe. But obviously, me and you guys know me, man. My guy's not dead yet. We still got a whole book, man, and many more books to go. But stay tuned for the next chapter. I'm probably going to release the next chapter sometime during the week. We're going to get it in. I'm going to release more chapters this week for Animorphs. Just to knock out the book and get you guys so you guys can listen to the whole chapter 1 through 27. Because there's only 27 chapters. We're more than halfway through it right now. So, thank you guys for watching, man. Hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to eat, breathe, smoke weed. And cheers, guys. Peace. Whatever. That's around. What is being free if I can no longer be me? You don't like what you see, so you rub up on my energy. I just wanna be me, smoking on that end of weed. So I just close my eyes because I know that one day everything's gonna be alright. If I try, I know I'll fly. Open your eyes and see past my flesh and see in my mind. I open my heart, you see all my scars. You see all the love that I push in the dark. Always feel alone, so I hop in my car. Push button start. I dream every day as I look to the stars. Spilling my heart while I'm spitting these bars. All alone and all alone on my own.